Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 17th to the 23rd of June 2013. We're getting used to the grand trine in water now, which has been around for a couple of weeks. All the energy there going on in the sign of Cancer. We have Saturn anchoring in Scorpio and Neptune retrograde in Pisces, but those are very slow and solid energies really, given that they're water. But all the energy is going across the top of this grand trine in Cancer. So we've seen Venus go over there, we've seen Mercury, and we're coming up to the Sun and then Jupiter and then Mars. So there's a whole host of planets all going through the sign of Cancer. So for any Cancerians out there, Sun or Moon or Rising, you're probably really feeling the rapid changes emotionally at the moment, even more so than usual. So that carries on in the background, but this week very much builds up towards the end. So we've got some gentle energies on Monday and Tuesday, with the moon going into Libra on Tuesday. Really good opportunity to seek that calibration and that balance. And the message of the summer is all about authentic emotions. So that's where we're looking. We're looking inside to what's really going on inside of us, rather than projecting outwards onto other people and pretending that there's nothing out of alignment. So that Libra moon on Tuesday should help us to, with a fair mind, go inside and do some fine tuning. But then things really begin to ramp up by the end of the week. So we've got Wednesday. This is a once a year golden day as Jupiter and the Sun meet. This is absolutely beautiful. It's always a good day. And this year we are in the sign of Gemini. So Jupiter and the Sun meeting in Gemini just before the Sun is going to leave this sign. It's almost like a rounding up, because Jupiter's about to leave as well. So they're at the very end degrees of Gemini. And this should be able to sum up everything that's happened in the last year. So go back a year, and what we've seen is Jupiter going through Gemini has been that break-free agent, the one that's taken the bars off the mental matrix and showed us that there's a bigger, wider, expansive world out there if we're willing to take the first few steps. And this has been going on since June last year. So this is really the final summing up of that energy. Have you expanded your mind? Have you noticed restrictive thought processes and managed to go in and get rid of them? Have you got a much bigger view? Are you sovereign in your thoughts now, and are you feeling empowered? Those are the energies that we've been working with all year. And as Jupiter meets the Sun, this is very, very golden energy. So bask in all of that wonderfulness, as they are both really a Sun energy. Jupiter's like a second Sun. So just feel your radiance, feel the impact. Imagine huge waves going out from your heart centre and actually reaching thousands of miles. Feel the impact of your expansiveness and how you can colour the world around you and lift everybody up with you. So this is very, very big, powerful energy that's coming in on Wednesday. Real time to enjoy there. Then on Thursday we have Venus and Mercury meeting in Cancer next door. So Venus is doing okay in Cancer. It's very emotional. It's helping people to sort out their lower emotions, the kind of love story stuff that we've been fed over the decades. So hopefully we're sorting ourselves out a bit more as to what are our true feelings rather than the program. But when Mercury comes in, that's going to connect with the thoughts as well. So check where your thoughts and your emotions are either in alignment or out of alignment. So sometimes we can be thinking negatively and that will lead us to feel something, or sometimes we can pick up a feeling and that will lead us to think negatively. But those can form a loop, and the only way to get out of the loop is to get behind and above both of those. So we're heading to a stage now, this is kind of prep really for when Jupiter goes into Cancer, where we've become the master mind with Gemini, and now we need to become the master heart with Cancer. So we're coming into a whole year span, which this Thursday will trigger, which is, can you become the master of your feelings? There's so many knee-jerk reactions, there's so much insecurity and overprotectiveness and fear of being hurt that is all actually an illusion, but it's taught so strongly from fairy tale through to chick flick. It's just reinforced all along, especially for women. So it's a chance to kind of get behind that, get behind the chattering heart. Is that really your feeling that you're feeling? And Thursday will give us a little heads up as to how that feels and how we can start to go about tackling that. But really the big news, it's a big one. We love these solstice points. So we've got the summer solstice beginning on Friday the 21st going through to Monday the 24th. It's always a 4-day period, 4-day period, because the sun rises and sets at the same place for 3 days and then begins its decline at the summer solstice. So we'll see the sun rising a little bit later, setting a little bit earlier at slightly more internal points until the winter solstice, where the sun rises and sets at its minimum arc for 3 days before starting its expansion. So it's a big time, summer solstice, the sun goes into Cancer, we dive into those oceans, and we celebrate the fact that the sun is at its zenith, its height, its power, before we are fully aware that it's about to decline in its arc. So this is take a deep breath, hold your space, just be. The ancients used to take a day out of time at this time, just to be in that space before the wheels start turning again. So it's a really wonderful pause, just be still, just feel what's happening, and celebrate and honour this cardinal point at the summer solstice. Then on Sunday we've got the full moon in Capricorn. So just as the solstice is actually the full sun at its height, the full moon in Capricorn comes along within the same time window, and Capricorn does ask us as well to stop and take a breath, to take in the view. So Capricorn is the mountain, it's the rock under your feet that you build upon, it's the roots of your tree and how far they reach under the ground, sustaining your power so that you can reach higher and you can bear more fruit in life. So it's the rock and the roots of our lives. So Capricorn is a very slow old earth energy, and it's opposite the sun in Cancer. Now in astrology you'll have Capricorn portrayed sometimes as the masculine, as the father, and Cancer as the mother. So we have a divine mother and father opposition going on here, with the womb of the mother and the waters of the ocean, and then the kind of stability of the father in opposition there. So it's very slow, very soulful, very thoughtful energy. And because this falls at the same time as the summer solstice, this is an opportunity to really just stop and maybe show some appreciation first for how far you've come and the sustenance and the support that you've received along the way, before looking out, appreciating the view, and then setting goals after the summer solstice as to where you want to go in the next half of the year. So once again, a stop energy there. Just be still, just feel the support, feel the security that you have, because Cancer is about to take us into the realms of perception of security. So we need to know that we are actually held and supported, and how far we've come, really, that gratitude before we race onwards towards more goals and higher mountains. So just take a little bit of time at the full moon and the summer solstice, honour both at the same time, and just see where you've been before you start bounding off to where you're going. So that's it for this week. Have a wonderful solstice, go deep and still on the full moon, and I'll see you next week.